Hey everyone, a sick Lensmanoz here with Chilled. How you doing, buddy?
Oh, sound better than you are at the minute.
It's a fantastic voice, leave it alone. We've been having fun with lasers. We're finding a lot of machines that are low on power. Um, and I don't know if it's just because throughput, but we found that a lot of the solar panels weren't draining quick enough. And we've just gone and upgraded some of this cabling here. And Chilled's still in the middle of just doing the rest of it. A lot of these were full, like a lot of the solar panels we put up here were full. They just weren't draining into the system due to a limit based on, having LV ducts because they do 1000 RF a tick. So it was only outputting whatever the amount it could get out of there. And in that case, we weren't even inputting that much power. We were literally relying on the steam generators and the little bit that was coming off the solar. So a couple of things I want to get into today because we are running out of things to do in the pack terribly. I've started replacing a lot of inserters with translocators because we now have them auto-crafted, and that's being a little derpy today. It's not showing the middle button for some reason. But yeah, just changing a few of these out and having them be a better, I guess, a better translate. The translocators are faster, let's put it that way. Whether or not they're laggier or more friendly, we're not sure. I'd like to think the translocators might be a little bit more friendly to the server, but anything's possible. Really? I used a saw then, and it broke. Gosh. How does it... Did I use a saw or did I use my chain? It doesn't matter. Whatever. I've been using the chainsaw on a lot of stuff. Generally the best way of doing it. So yeah, a couple of things I want to get done. See how this has got some blue research sitting in it? I've been finding a lot that because I've got all the modules on there, we're getting instances where it's not consuming stuff and then it's leaving bits and pieces behind. And then I'll go to craft the next chunk of stuff, and because there's already things in there, we get them instantly, but then it sits there and eventually makes some more. So I'm gonna put just providers onto each of these in case it does that, so that if any extra ones get produced, we will be able to see them in the system. So we can just instantly look, see there's 3 yellow research in there now. I didn't do it. They shouldn't be in there, but it's just because we're not wasting too much because we've got all the extra modules. So yeah, you saw at the start there with all the lasers, and you can see that there's lasers going here, there, and everywhere. They are quite nice to work out through. You can chain them one to the other. We did work out you can do that. So these are just the standard level ones, 1000 per. And you can chain them along like this, and it does work very well. And yes, it is a bit of a mess because different machine sizes, but eventually we might have lasers going all over the place. But for now, we're just running a couple here off the HV that I roughly ran across the roof here. That will eventually change, and we'll have lasers everywhere, I think. How are we doing with
Yeah,
that input
we
now?
will. Sorry, the dog drug half my living room out the front door.
Nice. That's what dogs do. Yeah, look at that, 9,000 FE a tick going in, 9,000 coming out. So, not ideal with the output. I mean, literally pulling out everything we're putting in, but yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get some more power gen at some point soon. Right, let's get into what I want else to be done today. Words are going well today for me. Let me get rid of some junk. I've got all these plans on me because we've been placing machines. So, in the advent of needing direction on where to go next, we've decided to start looking at space. Now, this is going to take a while to get the 900 production yellow, and that's something that we need to start producing. But we had a look at the Launchpad package here. Now, this requires a few things. One, it requires nitinol plate, and things we don't have yet. So nitinol plate is one, rocket control units is another, heat shielding is a third one, and circuit 5 is the fourth. Everything else I think we've got. Pretty sure we've got titanium rods. But yeah, so the nitinol plate requires the rolling machine from advanced rocketry. So we're going to unlock that. And then I think this here requires the circuit 5s. So the rocket control unit requires circuit 5. Heat shielding is just an electric furnace recipe with silicon nitride and tungsten carbide. So that's some other stuff we need to get into working with. Nitrogen and silicon dust make silicon nitride. But yeah, we're going to slowly work through bits and pieces. But to start with, let's grab this and let us unlock. Pretty sure this one here. So the rolling machine is 50 blue research. We're going to get the P17 plan and the blueprint. And then under automation, advanced electronics 3 is 100 yellow research. Hello. There we go. And we're going to get the A31 plan. Awesome. It does unlock the precision assembler, but there's no recipe for it yet because Golrith hasn't got that far. The joys of a work in progress pack. Yeah, so we'll have to continue saving up the old yellow research again because I still haven't finished unlocking the next tier of lasers, and we sort of jumped around a little bit here to give us something to make. So there's some more yellow research coming in. So, rolling machine. The rolling machine package requires a few things. Some electric engines, some copper wire, some circuit 3s, and tungsten plate in the chest. So, in here, I believe we've already got that prepped.
Yeah, could be.
Circuit. Put some things away. The chests. Is that it? Nope. What am I missing? A tungsten plate.
Tungsten plate.
Tungsten plate. There's always one, right?
Always one.
Have some science. All right. So rolling machine 1, 2. Now the reason I'm making 2 is because reasons. No. So we're going to have 2 of these. One is going to use a lubricant. One is not. Because if you look at uses of the rolling machine, we have all these ones that are just taking plates into sheets and ingots into plates and all this sort of stuff, and it's 4 seconds per plate, and we can speed it up. So, but it requires lubricant, all of these ones. So most of the recipes here require lubricant, including some of the advanced rocketry tanks. But the last one here, the nitinol plate, does not require lubricant. Takes 16 seconds and just takes nickel plate and titanium plate and turns it into the nitinol. So we're going to have one for lubricant and one for no lubricant. So let's head over the other side of the base.
So we've also found out it's just as fast to run as it is to take the viaduct.
Yeah, we had a bit of a race. Inadvertently had a race, but Jill took the viaduct and I just ran back. And then he asked me how I got there so fast. Alright, so you can see there's a laser show going on out here. We've been playing around with this setup, made a few changes, and we now have this making the materials we need to make lubricant. So this should have lubricant in it. Yes. So yes, we do make lubricant over at the other base, but we now make it here too. Alright, so let's convert these into chests, and then let's get the rolling machine plan. Pop some chests down. One of them beside each other, but whatever. Okay, so not sure which one's the which one is the input. So if I pop this here for a second, you want to check which one is a fluid input. I think it's this one on the front.
These are outputs. Fluid inputs, this one here.
All right, so
Power is next to it.
if I pick this up and rotate it one,
Work great.
Like that. Do you want it that close, or?
I can't see it. Should be all right, shouldn't it?
All right. The other thing we can do here, this electric engine can be upgraded. So if I pop this electric engine out and we convert him, did you pick that up?
Mm-hmm.
Of course you did. Chuck
One
it here.
second.
No, don't throw your magnet at me. Go. Okay. So we should be able to convert this guy up to the higher tier motor. The elite electric engine. And we'll pop him back in there. And we should be able to right click. And then we just need a fluid duct. If I don't throw them on the ground. Thank you. And that will be getting lubricant in it.
Does it need a valve?
Potentially, yes. I might have one. Hang on. Yes, I've got a couple. That. Even facing the right way.
There we go.
Right. Lubricant in. So this should be your inputs here. These are your input hatches this end. So we're going to need to put, I guess, probably crafting. Or are we just going to input the two materials? Just going to use... Oh no, this is the non-nitinol one. So we'll end up putting... Things are not in my inventory in the right spots. Supply will go like here. And then the output is here. So we could put a provider. And that's pretty much that machine. So again, we'll either do a crafting setup here so that we can craft plates, or we'll test this guy out and see what it does for plate production. It may be worth one. Oh, it's got power and everything now. Maybe we can try an ingot through it and see how quick it produces. Let me get the other one set up. And we may as well just pop him just here next to it, right?
Might as well.
Is that about in line?
Oops.
It's about in line. Alright, cool. That's that. We're going to want... You've got the laser relays on you. Don't think I have any spares. So he'll want some power. I'll upgrade this. I should probably upgrade that that motor first. Okay, let's do that. Excellent. One upgraded motor. Go. So you need to be turned on. You need to be turned on. And this one should not need material here. And then we should... We're going to make this the nitinol plate. This requires nickel plate, titanium plate. Plate. Nickel plate. I think we've got to do both on the same side. We'll try it. We'll just keep 8 of each. And if it doesn't work, we'll put it on both sides and see what happens. And then we'll just need a... somehow. It's either that or we do a chest with a translocator. You running pipe work down there, I'm assuming?
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't have moved the chest before running the laser?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I felt like acting like Lens for a little bit. Oh, that'll do.
I moved the pipe out of the way earlier. I didn't know you could run it through things, and I went and moved pipe work, and then Chilled's going, no, we can run it straight through the machines. It's like, so don't worry.
I mean,
Oh boy. Anyway,
What was it? OCD just kicks in real hard with it, though, doesn't it?
maybe a little bit. Maybe a little. Anyway, so yeah, this is step one of what is required for the space space unlock. Let's go back there. So yeah, the launch pad. So nitinol plate is one. This should get that set up. We're then also going to need to set up this heat shielding. So I might run over and grab an electric furnace. But then we're also going to need 2 electric furnaces and 2 electric furnaces and a chemical plant is what we need. So actually, I might be able to even request that. Let's see what we can do. I've got a chest over here I can request it to. I think I've got packages. I may not have the required bits and pieces, but if I say chem, can I have? Oh look, we've actually got a. I'm going to request that. We have a fully filled capsule. Electric. Oh, what a shame. I want 2 of them, but the blueprint I don't think I have on me. Even in my blueprints. Back. Oh, I do. Score. Just what I needed. I am running out of room in my inventory as always. Oh, wait for the things to turn up. Good tip, right? You can have the dirt and we'll be good. Okay, so chem plant, 2 electric furnaces. So, oh, I keep pushing the Q button instead of the tilde. So, heat shielding. Finished product is an electric furnace. So let me get these 2 electric furnaces set up. That is a blueprint. So the output is on the back here, so let's rotate him. Input's on the side, so let's put one there. Recharge it, put another one here. And then let's get this chem plant and place it. How's that look? No. But it doesn't matter. I might rotate it once more. Okay. And throwing stuff on the ground again. Let's put them away. All right, so 3 machines here. As I said, we're making heat shielding. Heat shielding does not require a recipe, but it requires tungsten carbide plate and silicon nitride. So let's set up the end one here with some inputs. And it wants tungsten carbide plate. The other one was silicon, what's it name? Silicon nitride. Okay. So that's that one. Heat. Okay, so to make tungsten carbide plate is tungsten ingots and coke dust. Tungsten ingot, coke dust. Spelling, coke dust. And we may as well make these, say, 16 of each. Right, and the last one is the silicon nitride. Silicon. This one requires the A31 plan, which is the one we got for circuit 5. I probably need to grab a piece of paper and just duplicate this quickly. Do I have any paper in my backpack? Fortunately, no. Paper.
No, I do not.
I was carrying the paper around for so long, and then eventually just went, man, I don't need this anymore. Oops. Probably wouldn't hurt for me to put a provider on this chest at some point. Once the paper turns up, we'll be alright. There it is. Excellent. Let's make a... Come on, a duplication of that. Alright, so the A31 plan into this guy. There we go. And silicon nitride. It requires nitrogen and silicon dust. Nitrogen's just over here somewhere. And silicon dust. So, what am I looking for? That. I want you to be silicon dust. And the output. Yep. Okay. So, I don't suppose you got any more fluid ducts on you?
No. I've got... No.
As I said before I started recording, we should just do this with refined storage. Instead of using pipes, let's use refined storage. Liquid. Alright, so I've got nitrogen here. I'm going to need to run some pipe work. Messy as I can, just to annoy people. Can you not connect to that, please? You... Hey. No, I've run it out. I figured I would. Alright, I need to order a little bit more. Pretty sure I don't have any more hardened fluid duct. I've gone from always having a stack of each material, each thing, each pipe, each, you know, to just having junk. Duct. I would like a hardened fluid duct. 1 stack. Please and thank you. Let me grab them. Over near my concrete setup, I do have a chest that does extract from eventually. So, chucking these things in here will probably help us out a little. It's on the network. There's a provider there. It'll be fun. We had a few things we had to fix when we first logged in today as well. Lots of silly stuff. Fertilizer would run out, and the fertilizer would run out because there was no hydrogen, and there was no hydrogen because of this, and there was no this because of that. And yeah, it took us a little bit of mucking around to get things running again. But hopefully, now that we've done a bit of tweaking, things should be a little more robust. It's the only way of putting that. Oh, you're connected up already. You work fast, sir.
Thank you.
All right, so we are about to get... Oh, and it's already on its way. Already on its way over to this one, I assume. Yep. Coke dust and... Is it this one? Oh, and tungsten ingots. Good. And then it should be coming over here. Tungsten carbide plates already. And silicon nitride. Look at that. Or did we already have tungsten carbide plates set up?
I think we had some somewhere.
I must have already had it set up because of the tier 4 upgrades.
Yeah, and especially considering this machine isn't hooked up yet.
Oh, well, don't hook it up. We'll just leave that one alone. Guess I don't need that one. Just ignore what I did there. Anyway, okay, so we got stuff coming in. We've got the silicon nitride. We've got tungsten carbide plates. This should give us the heat shielding. Heat shielding is 5 tungsten carbide, 10 silicon nitride dust stuff. So that's going to take a minute. But that should be a finished thing. So let's just breaking everything.
If it's not needed, save the resources.
Interesting on the inside here. It's empty.
Kind of neat for something that you never see.
Yeah. Okay, let me just like put that back. Anyway, we may need it for something else, so we'll just leave it there. It's not hurting anything. Is this running? Oh, look at that. Methanol plate is on its way. Yep, so they only need to go into the 1 input. We don't need the 2 inputs. It's good. I think you can double up on it. I think. Oh, no, the output becomes 1 output. That's cool. So we have a bit in there. I don't know why it's not stacking up, but I won't play around with it too much. But yes, so we now have. This is ready to run in case we want to run any other material through it. And like I said, we'll need this for the tanks. Once we get into the space gear, we will need it for a super high pressure tank. We'll need 2 titanium sheets to make the super high pressure tank. Okay, so again, we haven't unlocked this yet because it's 900 production science. The only other thing left to do is rocket control units. Now, this in itself has a bunch of stuff we need to get done. The 2 items we don't already craft is the advanced circuit board, which is an assembly 4. No, assembly 3 we can get away with. Everything else in there we actually already make, so that's not too bad. So we just need 1 assembler for that. And then the other thing we need is CPUs, which need a chem plant and sulfuric acid. So we'll have to make some sulfuric acid, but that's okay. I think we actually make some.
You do make sulfuric acid somewhere.
Yeah, it's over near the other one of those processor things. I do make sulfuric acid, so we can always run it from there, or just make more. We've got plenty of sulfur. Oh, that was the other thing, wasn't it? The thing that broke us, Golrith.
Mm-hmm.
Breaking recipes on us.
Chloride.
Ferric chloride now requires sulfur. So luckily we had a cache full, and that's what made it so we didn't realize things weren't working. So ferric chloride needs sulfur, everyone. Okay, so the rocket control unit. So CPU, so sulfuric acid and unetched CPU, and the unetched CPU requires silicon nitride, which we just set up, electrum wire, silicon wafers, and the plan. So we just need 2 more assemblers, but you guys have seen us set up so many assemblers, it's not funny. So we may I've got 1 more spare upstairs, and we'll just drop a couple more upstairs to get those last couple of items. And then we'll work out where the sulfuric acid is. I'm pretty sure it's way out over here. Let's go and take a gander.
The only concerning thing for me is that the spacesuit stuff doesn't have recipes.
Yet. Work in progress.
Yeah.
Work in progress.
Work in progress, of course.
This is a sulfuric acid. Well, this is using sulfuric acid. This must be creating sulfuric acid, this one here. No. Where are you getting it from? Here. Okay. Sulfuric acid is made here. And we have a chem plant that has a UO2 in it. That's yellow cake. What are you? We have an R11. Batteries. Do we have? Are you producing stuff? Yes. So this is where our redstone batteries are made. So if we put one more chem plant here, and then we just run the sulfuric acid from 2 chem plants up, we should be all right.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that'll be fine. So we'll process our CPUs here. We'll craft them upstairs more than likely, and get all that stuff set up for next episode. And hopefully we'll have some more unlocks, but I'm not sure it'll happen that quickly. But that's okay. Everyone does this. Golrith's doing this in his own time, so I'm not trying to force anything. I'm just we're running out of things to do.
We don't want to have to put the pack on hiatus.
No, it's a good fun pack, and the automation's great fun to play around with. But we are just starting to struggle in actual content. So we are doing our bit each time to bring you something different. And we are now at the point where as I said, you've seen us set up assemblers before. We don't need to do that again. We've got like this whole row upstairs of them, and we're now running lasers and stuff for them. There's only so much of that we can do before you guys get bored. So anyway, that's where we're at. We got a few things set up today, ready for that next step. I'm gonna need to produce a bunch of science. Like a bunch of science, like really? 900? 900 production yellow. Is gonna be fun.
It's a lot.
I don't think I can request 900 at a time, just because of the way my setup is, and I don't want to autocraft 900. Anyway, we probably could fix up upstairs to run 900 at a time, but we'd have to run chests and hoppers and all sorts of jazz. But anyway, things are underway. Until next time, though, thank you all for watching. Leave
Everybody
those
have a good one.
And there goes a crash. I love it. Just as I'm trying to wrap up,
perfect.
I get booted from the server. Thanks everyone for watching.
Just not your day-to-day, is it?
No, but it's normally you that gets kicked off. I just think it's gold, right? We finished just on the episode. Bang. Could have let me wrap up, though. I mean, come on. Yeah. Haven't even taken the screenshot yet. Anyway, thanks everyone. Leave your comments down below, like always. Let us know your thoughts, and we hope you are enjoying it. Until then, have fun, and
catch you next time.
All right, everyone. Bye.